A little more than a min raise. We're going to defend with the ace. An okay flop. 4 into 11. I'm going to check raise this sometimes. I'm just going to call this time. It's a pretty good card for our range when we check call the flop. I'm going to check. This is the guy who folded earlier, right? This wouldn't be a bad spot to check raise the turn, actually. 5 on the river. It's a good card for us. The question is, how much do we need to bet to bluff this guy? I think a lot. We're going to bet over pot. We're just hoping to get him to fold like 2 10s, an ace jack, ace king. He doesn't beat a lot, right? He beats ace deuce, ace 3. Ah! Smart. We bluffed that guy twice now. Both times with ace high, though. But again, ask yourself, like, what's the worst hand I can have as played? Deuce 3 suited? And I can have a lot of really good hands, right? Because a 5 paired, I have way more 5s than he does because he raised under the gun, right? So when you think about that, when someone raised under the gun, they're going to have a smaller range than when someone defends the big blind. My range of hands that would defend the big blind are going to have a 5 in it a decent amount of time. His won't. So when that 5 pairs the board, and the board runs out in a 3-card straight, it's really hard for him to call. Right? You get it? You get what I'm saying now? So when you think about poker, okay, when you think about cards that come, you should always be thinking about, is that card better for me or better for him in terms of range? Not your actual hand. Like, okay, the 5 didn't help me, right? I still have the same hand, but the 5 kind of does help the entire range of hands that I could have. And when that's the case, now you can up your sizing. This is something that Hellmuth would not understand. Is there are certain board textures and certain cards that come off that will allow you to bet bigger sizes. And there's other spots that call for smaller sizes. For example, on monotone boards, monotone meaning like 3 flush boards, typically you want to bet smaller sizing. On disconnected boards, let's say like 10-8 deuce king, that's where you can actually in position bet bigger.